Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris here, and welcome to Trick and Treat. Apparently it's a visual novel, and it's on Steam for free, so let's give it a try. I have no idea how it's going to go, but let's check it out. Shouldn't be too taxing on my fucking processor, because I can't record shit, because the processing doesn't work. The sound of our steps combined with that of the occasional nocturnal animal is the only thing we can hear. It's terribly dark in this place. The dense vegetation makes it impossible to see the sky or light from the moon. Our flashlights are the only things that light up our way. At times like this, one begs to not run out of battery. We walk without knowing what we are looking for, or better said, for no reason. Okay? We are just a group of boys bored with our lives, everyone is, trying to create a lasting memory on this night instead of just staying home and doing nothing. But that's the best! Today is October 31st, All Hallows Eve, better known as Halloween. Yeah, you clarified it was Halloween with 3 different ways of saying it. 3 young men walk through a dark, but up until now, nothing special forest. Okay. 3 young men walk through a dark, but up until now, nothing special forest. That needs better punctuation, me being one of them. We are doing it to prove our courage. It's too bad there isn't a girl here to see how brave we are, or to get spit roasted. Seeing it like that, one could say this is a meaningless effort. I guess, if girls aren't involved, it's meaningless. For a moment, I stopped to look at my watch. It's 1:49 a.m. That means we have been walking aimlessly for more than 2 hours now. Dude, you guys are fucking lost. Lendy's gonna get you. I am sure that many people would find a place like this terrifying. But once you get used to that, should not be capitalized. The last sentence ended in a comma. But once you get used to it, the fear disappears, making it feel like normal. What makes us afraid of the dark is that we cannot know what hides in it, what lurks in the shadows. But this is clearly an empty darkness. You don't know that. At that moment, I sigh, feeling how tired my legs are. What is the point of being here? Clearly, we had already demonstrated what we wanted. It would be best to return. I should tell them. Ooh, fog. I was about to speak when suddenly the atmosphere in the forest becomes strange. Suddenly, a cold chill runs through my body, indicating ghosts. It was like any other chill, except it was not going away. For no reason, the air's temperature dropped from one second to the other. So much so, my breath becomes visible, turning into mist. It doesn't end there. The air is now filled with a rotten smell, just a little short from being unbearable. Images of worms and flies soon appear in my mind, giving me a really unpleasant feeling. We all stop at that moment. Axel. What's happening? I asked, confused while turning to look at my friends. By the expression on their faces, it was easy to know that they were just as lost as I was. It was then that we heard footsteps nearby that did not come from any of us. Oh shit, squirrels. We all got dead quiet after that. Dead. Foreshadowing. I don't know if it was out of fear or to check if it was not a mistake, but we stayed motionless, like statues, without making a noise. Just looking at each other's faces, wondering the same thing. Friend. No name, just friend. What was happening? As if I could know. We heard the steps again. They clearly belong to a human, or at least a large animal. This is pretty two distinct things. If it's a human or an animal, you might want to figure out which is which, because your survival kind of depends on that. But there is something strange about them. Click. It sounds as if the person walked dragging one foot. Just thinking about it made me shiver. Okay, zombies. Friend. Damn! Why is this happening? It makes no sense! We should have returned home before, but now it's too late to regret it. I had the feeling that we are being stalked by someone. The strange footsteps stop, but I'm still feeling the presence nearby. I don't know where it is, but I know that it's looking at me. That cursed thing is looking at me, or cursed. My heart is beating anxiously. It's almost as if my body was telling me to get out of there. But strangely, my friends seemed unable to perceive it. It seems that it's gone. It must have been just an animal. I don't know why that's his voice. It just is. Said one of them, convinced that we were safe. I would like to believe that too. We had a sigh of relief. However, bad luck would soon strike us again. Unexpectedly, the forest becomes darker than before in just the blink of an eye. But that wasn't the fault of the forest, but of our own flashlights, which went out. Of course they did! Of the 3, only one, mine, was still working. What's going on? Did the batteries die? asked one of them, scared, while we both beat them desperately. Ooh. As if that was going to revive them. I don't know, guys. Whenever my friends fall asleep, I just start beating the shit out of them. It gets them up pretty quickly. It's like, hey, wake up, dick shit! I can't blame them. The idea of walking in the darkness was not pleasant for anyone. But after a few moments, we had no choice but to resign ourselves to that. Once more, the sound of footsteps is heard. But the silence is different now. We are not quiet because we have nothing to say, but because we are afraid. We continue walking despite the fear that invades us. Visibility is almost zero, but we have no choice. In theory, we are walking back looking for an exit, but I cannot remember anything of this forest. I'm not very good at reading, I'm sorry. We could be walking in circles, and I would never notice it until it is too late. I hate the thought of it. I just want to get out of it. Suddenly, my thoughts are silenced. We hear the footsteps of someone, or something. Once more, the three of us become statues awaiting the presence to go. I hold my breath while feeling my heart beating anxiously. Damn! Get away from here and leave us alone! Unexpectedly, the steps are heard closer. This time they did not disappear, but rather come at us. I cannot stand it. Desperately, I move my flashlight everywhere looking for the author of those footsteps. The author of the footsteps. I like the idea of somebody just like just drawing a footstep in the sand, just like, I'm gonna get you. He can only step where he draws a footprint. It has to be exactly his shoe size. So he's just like... Okay. Hoping for the light to revive their identity and erase our fears. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Is that all there is around here? Just empty air. My anxiety grows with each failed attempt. I refuse to believe that it was a ghost. Suddenly, when I move the flashlight again, I see a silhouette. I could not distinguish what it was, but for a moment, the light revealed something. Quickly, I point to the same place, only to discover it was gone. I hold my breath anxiously. It was not an illusion. I am sure that I saw something. It was then that I hear something nearby. Without even thinking, I aim the light towards that place. What I found leaves us paralyzed with an expression of disbelief in our faces. What? It is a white cat with eyes of an intense red which stands before us. Okay, so you know it's a girl. Her look is not the friendliest, to say something. Somehow I get the feeling it's a female cat. Yeah, we got that. You should have said that before you said her. Suddenly, she lets out a thunderous meow that leaves us terrified. It sounded more like a lion roaring than a simple cat. The echo of her meow is heard throughout the forest and making it sound more sinister than it should be. It was then that suddenly an inexplicable force hits us three. I fall to the ground, and little by little my eyelids close. The fatigue becomes unbearable. This is great. I lose consciousness on the ground of the forest without knowing what is going to happen with me. Rape. Just saying. Interlude before night falls. Alright, so cats, beware. It is a day like any other, so normal that it was almost painful. Alright, where the fuck am I? Dude, I want that setup. Look at that fucking desk setup. That thing's fucking awesome. Actually, a lot of that's a bit out of reach, but that's still pretty cool. Are those VHS tapes? The only special thing that could be said about it is that it's October 31st. We're back on this again? Far were the memories when I was a kid and went out with my friends to ask for sweets from house to house. Just remembering it made me sigh. I feel nostalgic. Some things were better when I was a child, or at least scenes like that. There were some who had good costumes, whether superheroes or monsters. My friends and I, on the other hand, had to use our imagination. I'm a fucking T-Rex! Dude, you're in a t-shirt! Shut up, I'm a T-Rex! I imagine I'm a T-Rex! Creativity was our costume, you could say, no matter how funny it could sound. I remember that my mother once painted red my face. What? I remember that my mother once painted red my face and told me, "You will be the devil." Jesus, lady. First your grammar's incorrect, now you're just giving him devil status? But it seems only she saw it that way. When we went from home to home, everyone said I was a tomato man. I don't know why that's funny. It's like, I'm the devil, Mr. fucking Tomato Man. But those things didn't matter to me since we always had a good time. If I asked for candy now, even if I had the best costume, I'm sure no one would give me anything. Except perhaps a scolding for acting like a child when I'm 17. Shut the fuck up. You're still a child. 17 years old, you're still a kid. Shut up. You're not an adult until you're like 22. But anyway, I can't stay in the past. I must live in the present, no matter how little exciting that might be. This is weirdly written. I don't like it. It sucks. Back to reality. We are a group of friends who don't have any plans for today. We are still not old enough to go to a disco? Who the fuck thinks disco? What? And I doubt guys as us would have any luck in that environment. Any luck for what? Getting your fucking boogie on or getting pussy? Because if you're going to get either one of those, it's not going to happen at a disco. The other option would be to go to a party, meet girls, and have fun. This is my new camera now. Everything perfect except that nobody has invited us. Not being popular has its disadvantages. I think it's because you guys think you're gonna get pussy at a disco. There's like, fuck, did you hear about those three dickheads who are like, yo, we're gonna go meet some girls at a disco. One, discos don't exist anymore. And two, well actually, what I don't know what time period this is setting, because that's a futuristic looking desk. That's clearly a fucking Mac. And I don't think Macs were like that back when discos were a thing. So, you're incorrect. Okay? Hey, Axel, let's have a couple of matches. What do you say? My friend Steven. Oh, now he gets a name. My friend Steven called my attention while playing with the game console. The game console. Rush Red. What? Oh, Rush Red. I believe that's what the game is called. A fast and quite complicated fighting game for me. So, Killer Instinct. I would normally agree to play with him, but for some reason, I don't feel in the mood today. I have no desire to play now. I have no desire to play now. Steven. I replied with discouragement. Oh, sorry. I have no desire to play now. Steven. I almost feel bad for doing it. Boring! The AI is no rival for me. Steven said with confidence. The AI is no rival for me. I'm Steven. That you're playing on normal difficulty does not help your argument. I don't feel like losing, but if you want, you could challenge to Alfred. What the fuck? Alfred? Alright, Alfred, Axel, and Steven. It was retarded. I said, leading the attention to my other friend. I don't know how to play that. Answered Alfred, doubting for a second. He is sitting behind the PC, but it seems that he isn't doing anything interesting. He might be on Imgur, shut up. The screen only shows a lot of text. I think he is in Wikipedia. Okay, Wikipedia and discos, definitely not in the same time period, dude. Hey, don't you have something more fun to do? I asked with discouragement. No one has a set voice, by the way. I'm just fucking, I don't care. Without even thinking about what he was reading. Alfred looks at me surprised. Oh, the actual problem of society is that people are not interested in discovering their history. He is one of those pseudo-intellectuals always looking for any rare information to appear smarter than others. What a dickhead. When we forget our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them. He added later. What are you talking about? This village is small and its story is not interesting at all! Nothing outside of the normal has ever happened in it. It must be so confusing if you're not reading the text to know who's talking, because I don't know who's talking at the time. Alfred laughs mockingly after you hear that. Your ignorance is worthy of praise. He pauses, filling his chest with pride. Your ignorance is so worthy of praise. Why can't I get pussy in a disco? The very fact it is a small town is the reason it's full of mysteries. Did you know that 20 years ago, on this date, a man disappeared? So, what about it? I asked without being impressed or even interested in the least. Things like that happen all the time, in all places. As I thought, you don't know the history just by living in this very place? Alfred said while adjusting his glasses. Oh, wait. As I thought, you don't know the history as if living in this very place. Give me the succulent nature nectar. Alfred said while adjusting his glasses in an arrogant gesture. There's a legend behind the disappearance. That's what I was reading. After listening to him, I looked back at the computer screen with curiosity. It's then that I noticed that it was not Wikipedia, but some other page. Oh, fuck. Come on, read this and learn a little, Alfred said, inviting us to read what was on the screen. Both Stephen and I moved closer to read it. Town of Abingdon, Oxfordshire, country, 1990. What the fuck kind of name is that? There are way too many fucking names! I came to this town with only 4,000 inhabitants to support them in an investigation. Truth is that never in my life have I seen something this strange. I won't say your typical detective-ish nonsense that I have seen thousands of strange things in my life. I've seen many crimes, yes. Some difficult to solve. None of that is grammatically correct. What the fuck, dude? Get your shit together. But all of them were human. Even if you don't know how they managed to perpetrate the crime, you know that they are people like anyone else. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. Jason. In this case, I don't think I'm able to say the same thing. Truth is that I can't understand what happened. I was called for the disappearance of a man named Matthew Graham, 23 years, single. The last time he was seen, he was returning home from a Halloween party. I'm sure it was the disco at that. He had drank alcohol but was still sober. Impossible. Or at least that's what witnesses said. Anyway, this is not something which can be explained with a simple drunkenness. He apparently got lost on the way home and decided to enter the forest called Oakwood. It had rained yesterday, so the ground was wet and muddy. We could easily find his traces, which were leading deep inside the forest. Apparently, he walked for 3 hours before stopping. I say stop, but the truth is, we don't know what happened then. The tracks suddenly ended up in a clearing in the forest, and that's all. There was no evidence of struggle, no other trace, or pieces of clothing on the ground. There was no blood, no more footprints, or anything else. The depth of his last footprints and the position they were in indicated that he was still walking. At no point he stood still. It was as if he had vaporized in the air, with all of his clothes in the middle of his walk. Obviously, I can't believe such a thing. But I can't give another explanation. The only thing I remember is that near the footprints I sensed a faint smell of rot. However, there was no animal corpses nearby. It is ridiculous to think that he suddenly started to decay and became earth. In the end, the case was closed in just 3 days. It closes a case in 3 days. With no evidence of any kind, we couldn't say anything but that he had decided to escape from the village. However, while officially there was no more to do, I couldn't sleep in peace. I'm thinking about what could have happened to him took away my sleep. In my mind, I thought all sorts of theories. Like maybe everything was a plan developed by Matthew. But in the end, they all seemed impossible. I decided to investigate more on the issue. I searched the town for similar stories, and to my surprise, I found 4 more. All young men. All single. No, the story was always the same. They walked into the forest alone, disappearing without a trace. Even more curious is that all of them disappeared on the same date. Halloween. But there is more. A detail that completely eliminates the possibility that there is a killer and kidnapper behind this. And that is the separation of the years. Roger Bacon disappeared in 1924. Mitchell Smith disappeared in 1867. Jason Black disappeared in 1813. And the worst of all, Oswald Taylor disappeared in 1707! It simply couldn't be possible. My curiosity led me to dig deeper. I thought that the answer may be in the past of the forest. It was then that I discovered what seemed to be a simple and boring forest actually hid a great story. Before it was called Oakwood or Oak's Forest. Professor Oak? Viridian Forest? The place was called Witchwood. The word witch has a huge similarity with no shit! It's not Waikate, it's witch. Taking into consideration that it is an old name and language changes over time, that indicates that it was the Forest of Witches. Apparently, more than 400 years ago, the people of the village believed witches lived in the forest. Unfortunately, almost all of the information is already lost. They were stories told in voice, without a properly written record. I just know that with the change of religion to Christian, people stopped seeing the witches with good eyes and began to hunt them. Apparently, the last one before her death cast a curse on the forest, which even today should continue to exist. Why? Anyway, obviously, is this a blog or a fucking, newspaper article? Obviously, I cannot accept something like that as the answer. That needs a space. In the end, I have no other choice than accepting that each one of them escaped from the village, using the legend of the forest to make it look like it was something supernatural. Alright, I think I'm done. I can't fucking read anymore. I'm getting a headache reading. So I'm going to save that right there. Yes. We're back playing Trick and Treat. This is part 2. And, I don't know how long this game is, but we're going to keep going. I didn't come up with a voice for anybody. As you can see, I'm in the same shirt. I'm in the same shirt. It's like my fucking speeching is... Speeching? What the fuck? It's like my speech is devolving to the text on the screen because it's pretty abysmal. Apparently, it's infecting my brain. Get out of my head! Oh my god. Didn't see what it said. Alright. Wait! There's something more! Okay, Alfred is gonna be the nerd. He's gonna be like, wait, there's something more. And I'm gonna be just like my pretty much regular voice for Axel. And then Steven's gonna sound like a retard, okay? Here we go. Alfred said in the same time he scrolls to the comments. We read what is written there. More reading! A couple of comments call our attention. Okay. Both of them talk about some creature. Okay, it's a creature now. At that time, they felt a horrible fear for what could happen to them. Well, the two comments share great similarities, but they could have been written by the same person. There are many others that deny it. Looks like many people went to the forest because of the legend, but couldn't find anything. I'm sure they escaped just fine. Okay. They thought you only read these things to look more cool before the girls, replied Steven as a joke. Alfred giggles with a little shame. Well, partly yes. He admitted it. That was a secret everybody silently knew. Secrets getting exposed. Shit's going down! Well, now we have an activity for tonight, Steven said. At the same time, he makes a face overflowing with enthusiasm. What? I asked, completely lost. I'm putting myself in that situation. I'm sitting there just like, what? I thought we were just killing time. Simple. Let's go to that forest, Steven replied without hesitation. He seemed really fascinated by the story. Are you insane? Said Alfred, unable to believe what he just heard. Oh, you only need to look at his face to know he did not like the idea. And the fact he just said, are you insane? Despite everything you heard, you want to go? Choked on spit. Of course! It would be a test of courage among us 3, replied Steven, full of confidence, perhaps too much. He should relax a bit. Don't tell me you're afraid. No, why should I be afraid? I'm getting all the girls, that is, anyway. Answered Alfred. At the same time, he folds his arms, making a false gesture of security. I'm not afraid. Why should I be afraid? It's more than obvious. Oh, wait. Okay, no one's talking. It's more than obvious you are afraid, Alfred. Almost as much as when you have to talk with a girl. Oh, fucking sick! Burned by the narrator! And what about you, Axel? Don't tell me you won't come. This took a turn. Suddenly, Steven asks me, at the same time looking at me mockingly. Don't tell me you won't be checking out the group. Cook. I hate that tone of voice he used. What, retarded? I will never give you that, I said without thinking, showing a confident smile and look. Well, let's say no more. Take your coats, backpacks, flashlights, and some food. We're going into the forest. Steven said, full of energy. Yeah! We three said in unison, as if we were going to have some kind of private party. Fucking jerk-off party in the forest. Flashlights and butts. Not really knowing what we were doing or what we were going to find. Good. Can we fucking leave that room? 2:13 a.m. Oh, I was supposed to click? I'm fucking waiting for it to load. Duh. Idiot. Oh, it's the same tree again. Alright, so that was like the prequel to what was happening. So I was like remembering us getting to where we were at the beginning. Okay. Why didn't you just play it in order? I awake completely confused, not knowing how much time had passed. An hour. My head hurts like hell, but I can't blame it. It's okay, Ed. I understand you're in pain. I know you got punched in the fucking skull by a cat! Fortunately, the pain goes away quickly, just as my confusion. Soon I came back to my senses. I can't stop burping! My flashlight is lying on the ground, shining towards the empty air. I immediately pick it up. It was my only protection against the darkness that surrounds me. Then I remember that Steven and Alfred were with me. No, they were friends last time, but now we have context. Steven! Alfred! Can you hear me? Without thinking, I screamed their names into the dark like a fucking idiot while trying to find them with my flashlight. But there is no trace of them. They are gone. Where the hell are they? What the heck just happened? I really don't understand anything. Shit. We should have stayed home. This is not proof of courage. We could be in danger. I have to find them. 2:19 a.m. Approximately amount of minutes since last time. I don't remember. I didn't pay attention. I'm just getting through this, man. Little time has passed since I started to look for my friends. Did you really need an advancement of time? You could have just said, I walked for a few minutes and I'm trying to find them and I already can't stand this place. I'm going crazy in this forest. The darkness that covers it is unnatural. It is the darkness that steals your own sanity, replacing it with anxiety. To make it worse, the air is damp and cold as in winter, carrying a strong rot smell. But rot of what? Rot of wood? Rot of, like, moldy leaves and grass? Or rot of dead animals? Like, okay, now it's, okay, it tells me, never mind, forget I said anything. As if there were corpses of animals hidden throughout the forest, blah, 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 you beat me to it. The atmosphere in this place is oppressive. With every step you take, it makes you more uncomfortable. Since I started to look for my friends, I felt that something is watching me, but there is nothing. I sigh with my voice full of frustration. I just want to get out of here. I continue walking, devoid of any hope. No matter where I look or how much I walk, I find nothing. I cannot even hear the sound of animals. It's because they're all rotting. Rather, it seems they are already dead and okay, fuck, you beat me to it again, game! No, I have to calm myself, I said to myself. I stopped for a moment to rest. I breathed deeply. I gotta find the right position for the mic, I'm sorry. I breathed deeply, but the rotten air of this place does me no good. Can you find another adjective besides rotten? Immediately, I start to cough, as if I had something stuck on the throat. Shit! What am I gonna do? This cursed forest seems endless. And even if by miracle I could escape, I cannot abandon Steven and Alfred. Well, you can. I mean, they're not very special. I'm really screwed up. Again, I sigh, feeling on the verge of tears. My frustration is building up, but I have to do my best to keep calm. If I fall into despair, then there is no doubt I will be joining the list of missing persons. In the end, I decided to keep walking. Step by step, I should get somewhere. At least I was convinced that staying in the same place would not do me any good. Even if it was only to deceive myself, feeling that I am doing something, I wanted to continue walking. Time passes without any changes. Oh, really? The time passed and you didn't have to give me a fucking loading screen saying that there's a time there? Only the sound of my footsteps can be heard. Oh, my eye. Knowing that as soon as you stop, you will be surrounded by dead silence is a good incentive to keep walking. But my legs were already hurting. You fucking bitch. You're walking for a couple of minutes and your legs are hurting? Get some cardio, you pussy. Suddenly, I hear a crack at my feet. Instantly, I take a step back and look below to see what made that sound. Crack. What is this? I whispered to myself, surprised, discovering that I had stepped on animal bone. What a surprise. I believe that it is from an animal, although I do not rule out the possibility that it belongs to a person. But maybe it's your own bone, Axel. But for my own good, I prefer not to think about that. An expression of anguish is drawn to my face. It is best to ignore it. I have to keep walking. I keep thinking that walking looks like wanking, just like I have to keep wanking, keep the silence and darkness away. Suddenly, my flashlight reveals something. Without hesitation, I point towards there again. What is it? Is there going to be something besides trees and mist? Oh, no! The hero of the story is dead! Assumingly. The one from before which made that awful meow, but this time I find it lying on the ground. Oh, it appears to be fainted and is wounded. Hooray! The kitty is alive, hopefully. And also, hooray, food! Then what should I do? Food! Oh, shit, there's actual decisions? I thought I was just reading. I mean, in real life, I wouldn't try to pick up the cat because it would freak out and probably try to kill me. But I wouldn't also just leave it there. I'd probably, try to, talk to it and wake it up and see if it was okay before actually just reaching out and touching it. But I guess that's not ignoring it. So I guess the next closest would be pick her up. It is best to continue without waking her. What? I just said pick her up. That cat is dangerous. It's her fault that I ended up in this place. And my friend, how do you know it's the cat's fault? You saw the cat and then you fucking got knocked out by something. It doesn't mean it's the cat's fault. It could have been a distraction. It could be his, I don't fucking know. So I guess there's really no choice. I just choose something and then, okay. But even knowing that, for some strange reason, I cannot help but feel sorry for her. Even if it's unnatural, it is still an animal. You think he's just sitting there like, I can tell it's a cat, but now it's knocked out. I can tell it's a girl cat, but now it's knocked out. I have to make sure. Yeah, yep. Ugh, that's a girl cat. Oh, that's a girl cat. Oh, wait. Okay, that was a vagina. Okay. I then bend down to see her closer. She is unconscious, and there's a thin line of blood coming from her mouth. Of course, she is in an anime now. I'm a real idiot. I said to myself at the same time I cleaned the blood from her mouth with a handkerchief that... Of course you had a handkerchief on you. Why the fuck wouldn't you have a handkerchief on you? You got the flashlight and the handkerchief. Oh my god, they really were going out there to jerk off. Fortunately, she doesn't wake up. Alright, fortunately, she doesn't wakes up. Fuck this game. I then closed her mouth, making her appearance a little better. Who said you didn't say her mouth was open before, did you? Now she seemed to be peacefully sleeping, or even more dead. Now the dots are really necessary. After a long sigh, I decided to pick her up carefully. I don't know what the powers of this cat are, but if she brought me here, and maybe she can return me. If she brought me here, maybe she can return me to my world. How do you know you're in a different world? Like, you're making some outlandish, I can't fucking talk, outlandish assumptions about your current situation. You have no idea that the cat's magical. You have no idea that you're in a different world. All you know is you're in the forest, your friends disappeared, and it's dark. And your legs are tired because you're a little fucking bitch. With her in my arms, I decide the best thing I can do is continue walking. Yeah, of course it is. 2:31. Oh, man, a whole fucking 12 minutes, huh? Crazy. 12 minutes. This guy's an idiot. Again, I find myself in the dark forest walking aimlessly. Yeah, we know. We've been there 100 times. Only moving forward, but it didn't seem I was getting somewhere. Okay, I want to say something real quick, okay? In my book that I wrote, there are points where, like, a character's wandering aimlessly, seeming like they're getting nowhere. And that's a cliche thing, you know, seeming like you're walking, nothing's getting any closer, you feel like, you know, you're just getting more lost. That's a cliche thing, but it all depends on how you write it that makes it good and believable and engaging. This is not engaging because I'm fucking bored. It just keeps saying, and then I continue walking. No, you're adding nothing to it. At least, like, I'm not trying to say mine's better, but it is better because at least I have fucking context. I have stuff that makes you continue and makes you invested in what's happening in the character situation. I'm not very invested with, I keep walking. 3 minutes passed. I keep walking. Oh, look, a cat. I keep walking. It's just like, I know that it's supposed to display that they're walking aimlessly, but it's just they're not, whoever is writing this is not writing it in a way that's making me feel interested and happy with the I'm continuing to walk situation. I'm bored of you saying I continue walking. Oh, I hit my headphones. I don't know. It's starting to irritate me. In my arms, I carry the cat, which sleeps soundly. Come here. Voice. Oh, shit. We got a voice? Hold on. Come here. Here you'll be safe. I'm going to give you like a Goosebumps intro voice. I suddenly stop. Why are there goosebumps in the forest? You're in for a scare. It was probably easy to see the disbelief in my face at that moment. No, it's pitch dark and full of mist. You already said that, so nobody can see your face. It's that voice again. I whispered to myself with no one to listen to me. Shortly after I found the cat, a mysterious voice appeared in my mind. Oh, it's a girl's voice. It is a feminine voice, soft and gentle, as if it belonged to a princess from a fairy tale, but I can't trust it. Am I really going crazy, or is it this forest that doesn't make any sense? I don't know, but I don't like any of the two options. I then feel the cat move in my arms. Oh shit, dude, drop the cat. I look down at her confused, just to see how she opens her red eyes suddenly. It's gonna fucking kill me. I'm dead. I become quiet at that instant. For a moment, the two stayed motionless. Wait. Am I not narrating myself in present tense? I thought I was narrating myself in present tense. Staring into the eyes of the other. So now all of a sudden there's a separate entity that is the narrator. That doesn't make any sense, because I thought the whole time we were supposed to be narrating ourselves. Because at no point did it say Axel as a separate being, and now all of a sudden there's a narrator. What the fuck is going on with this thing? The red eyes of the cat are disturbing to me, but also there is something fascinating about them, something that attracts me. I lose myself in her eyes, as if hypnotized, until suddenly she jumps with the intention of scratching my face. No shit, you didn't see that coming? Ah! Oh, my face! My reflex is pushing her at the same time that I jump back and turning my head to dodge her claws. I read that wrong, but whatever. I managed to dodge her attack, but in the process I dropped my flashlight. Oh shit! I panicked and acted clumsily. The flashlight falls near me, lighting up a tree in the vicinity. As soon as it left my hands, I remember how dense this abnormal darkness is. I quickly pick it up, not even thinking before taking action. Oh god, does he beat the cat to death with a flashlight? Just like, you fucking mother... I then light the place where the cat was, only to discover that she had arced her body angrily as if she feared an attack from me. Those red eyes stare at me, shining with the light of the flashlight as if they were jewels reflecting a fearsome hatred and rejection towards me. My body freezes after seeing them. I can't even think. Okay. The cat then lets out a thunderous meow again, similar to the one before, but weaker, although not any less frightening. Meow! There is no doubt that is something wrong with that animal. It must be cursed. Everything is her fault. She must be some kind of evil spirit, a pet of the witches. I feel how panic seizes me. My heart beats quickly, begging me to do something. Your heart's like, dude! Dude, fucking run! What are you doing? Fucking idiot! This ribcage is keeping me in here, so you have to move. If this ribcage wasn't here, I will be outie! Move, asshole! That's what my heart's doing. My mouth is dry, and my forehead covered with cold sweat. What should I do? Oh, escape from the cat. Confront the cat. Listen, if this cat's the source, I'm not gonna let it go wander around. I'm gonna go at the cat. No, I should not despair. I have to calm down and think carefully about what I should do. With that in mind, I take a breath and look again at her. Soon the expression in my eyes changes from fear to courage. The dude switches, fucking bipolar. He's got like the ultimate Naruto complex. I realize it is only a cat, without a doubt strange one, but my life is not actually in danger. You don't know that. Rabies, dude. There isn't a tiger staring at me, but a simple cat. It doesn't. You ever seen how much a cat can fuck you up? I wouldn't test it, especially a pure white cat with glowing red eyes and a thunderous meow. It doesn't matter, and then you have a factor of possibly rabies. That thing will fucking destroy you. It'll end you in a fucking blink of an eye. Idiot. Apparently, her only power are those weird meows. You don't know that! Why are you making life-altering fucking... guesses? You could be totally wrong. This dude's an idiot. If she could kill me, she would have already done it. No, she wouldn't have! She would just be like, you're dead. She didn't kill you the first time, you got knocked out. So clearly it doesn't want to kill you. So I rule out that possibility. Of course, I abandoned that train of thought completely. Her work must be transporting the next victim to this area of the forest, so unnatural and shady. After filling my lungs with air, I slowly walk towards the cat. Oh, it got bigger. Her meows get louder with every step, but I don't let that scare me. Seeing that I do not turn back, she shyly takes a step back. In my mind, I smiled at that image. The prey is now the hunter. I look at her directly while advancing. Little by little, her meows become weaker, as if she was losing strength. All of a sudden, you're immune to her meows. Last time you got knocked out. Then I suddenly jump and take her in my hands. She hardly resists at all. This dude's gonna fuck the cat. Not so tough now, right? You look better like... Oh, Jesus. You look better like this? Pinned down? Dude, my guy's a rapist. Not so tough now, right? You look better like this. This dude's gonna rape the cat. Jesus. Look at its face. It's like, please don't fuck me. She's trembling in my hands. This is... Oh my god, I don't want to read this. She looks so helpless that I almost feel like a villain. Yeah. But I must not forget all that she has done so far. You got a fucking semicolon in there. Alright, fucking, what's it called? That's not semicolon. Is it semicolon is the dot dot. That's fucking, goddamn, I don't remember the name. But you got the wrong punctuation. Oh my god. Her fault that I'm in this place. This game was free. This game was free. She brought me here. There we go. That's the proper place for it. She brought me here. Then if I kill her, would it be possible to go back? Okay. For a moment, that grim idea crossed my mind. I had never killed an animal. Truth is that I can't be proud of myself in doing such a thing. But if I do, maybe this legend could end here and now. Then what should I do? That cat's chest and right paw, that does not look accurate. That's not correct. The line should be going up past that should be... Anyways, enough criticizing the art, the drawings. But I must not forget all that she has done so far. Again, that is not correct. I do believe this is done by somebody in a different language and it's translated because it does have 3 options. I think it had like Portuguese, English, and Spanish at the menu. So I believe it's probably loosely translated. It's her fault that I'm in this place. She brought me here. Then if I kill her, would it be possible to go back? For a moment, that grim idea crossed my mind. I never killed an animal. Truth is that I can't be proud of myself in doing such a thing. Okay, so we're recapping where I just was. So, repetition. But if I do, maybe this legend could end here and now. Then what should I do? Okay, so... Should I kill the cat, or should I just keep it captured? I think this cat probably has a lot more going on than we think. I believe the cat probably... could get me out of here. If I kill the cat, I might be losing my only chance. So I'm going to keep the cat captured somehow. I don't know how I'm going to keep it captured. It is only logical. The magic should die along with the cat. That should be my ticket back. If I kill her, everything would be over tonight and the legend would come to an end. Confident that it was for the best, I try to view it in my mind. But no matter how hard I force myself to see it, in the end, I am unable to take the life of another living being. Even if it is a cursed cat... even if it is a cursed cat serving a witch, I don't feel good killing her. I think I'm too nice for my own good. So the only thing that remains is to keep her with me, hoping that sooner or later she allows me to escape. With nothing more to think about, I decide the best thing to do is to continue my path. Let's go, kitty. What's your name gonna be? Oh boy, what am I gonna... I'm gonna name you Zontan. 2:41 a.m. Oh man, the advancement of time is really something, isn't it? It's been a few minutes since I captured the cat. Again, I find myself walking with her in my arms, led by the strange voice. How long have I been walking in this forest? 15 minutes, asshole. Apparently not long enough to make me go mad, but it should be close. Don't be afraid, come with me, I will help you. The voice sounds closer this time. It seems that I am going in the right direction. I don't fully trust in it, but it's the best I have. At least at first glance, it seems a friendly voice. I am completely focused on my way when I suddenly feel something bite me. Ow! Zontan! Ack! What the heck? I shot in pain, realizing that the cat bit my arm. Unfortunately, it wasn't a dangerous bite, but it sure was painful. You bitch. With my distraction, she takes the chance to jump from my arms, falling a few steps away from me. Quickly, I set my gaze upon her furious, but soon Quickly I set my gaze upon her, furious. But soon something happens that makes me forget about my anger. Blindness! Ah! Help! Suddenly the cat is covered with a bright light. So much that it repels the unnatural darkness surrounding the forest, stealing my breath. Under the light, its figure gradually changes until it ceases to be a cat and becomes a human figure. Oh boy, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna look like? A sexy anime girl? Aw, she's cute. No longer is there a cat in front of me, but a girl with incredible beauty. And, incredible beauty. She looks to be about 14, 15, so... That's why I use the word cute, because cute goes along with younger. I must really be going crazy. She has white hair and red eyes. I was wondering when I saw the cover with like a girl or so on it. I'm like, when's this gonna come play? I've seen no character but a cat, so I'm waiting for this. She seems about my age. No, she does not. In other circumstances, I would have roused her out without hesitation. You want to go out on a date? White-haired, red-eyed girl with seemingly no context for why you're being here. Do you want to go out on a date? I don't see any woods nearby, and you didn't just turn into a cat in front of me. This seems like the perfect situation for you to go out on a date with me. You want to go to a disco? I have a handkerchief. We're going to go jerk off in the woods later. You can come. In what world does this guy live in? Discos in Wikipedia, apparently. Just thinking about it makes me laugh to myself in my mind. Even at the edge of madness, it seems some things about me will never change. You mean your perversion? Yeah. She approaches slowly towards me, one step at a time, with no fear. The girl then stares into my eyes with a slightly irritated face. That does not look slightly irritated. Her lips are moving. She seems to be saying something, but I am unable to hear a sound. Are you trying to tell me something? I babbled, still confused, with a face of disbelief which surely made me look stupid. Said the girl with a very low voice. I do not understand what she is saying. Okay, she can't say something with a low voice if you can't hear her. There's no voice at all. That's not how that works. That's wrong description. What? I can't hear you well, I asked, still confused. Suddenly the girl pouts in a bad mood. What's wrong with you? Are you deaf? Finally, I could hear her clearly. And just in time, because it seems her patience was about to end. Okay, now I heard you, I said, annoyed. All of my astonishment from just a few seconds ago disappears when I see the arrogant attitude of the girl. At least now I don't think she will bite me. I hope. The girl then snorts with irritation. What an annoying guy I had to find, she said at the time she places a hand on her lips, making a pensive face. She is not placing her hand on her lips. Wait, you shouldn't speak ill of someone you have right before you, and I shouldn't be thinking about going out on a date with you upon just meeting you, I was quick to respond. For a moment, I feel annoyed at the thought that I have to teach manners to the spirit or whatever she is. A pity so much beauty wasted on someone so arrogant. This guy is a judgmental prick. Jesus, dude, this guy does not hold back in his head. He's like, yeah, see her? Fuck her. She's arrogant. She's a cat. The girl let out a snort of annoyance after hearing me. Huh. I'm sorry. It's a bad habit that I can't quit, she answered without sounding very repentant, clearly a false apology. After talking, she diverts her gaze towards the surroundings as if she was bored. I see, I replied, annoyed. I just met her and I already feel like I don't like her. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I must not forget who this girl is. She was the cat that started it all. Anyway, at least could you tell me why you attacked me and my friends? I asked shortly after, acting more seriously. The greetings were over. It's time to get to the important stuff. And why did you bite me if I wasn't doing anything? Before I knew it, my lips were moving. My lips moved, asking another question. Blah, blah, blah. I cannot lie. I was angry. The girl then stares at my face. She blinks with curiosity before speaking. Does it hurt? The wound? She asked innocently. Yes. I was quick to respond with annoyance. I didn't need to say more. Of course it hurts me, silly cat. She looks at me in silence for a few seconds, until suddenly she approaches me without shyness or fear. On second thought, how could a simple human such as me scare a cat that could turn into a person? "Show me your wound," said the girl once she stood right next to me. Her presence makes me nervous. This girl seemed to not know what personal space is. As embarrassing as it sounds, I had never had a girl this close. If only it wasn't in this forest. This dude's got fucking one thing on his mind. Discos and jerking off and fucking. Like, this guy, I know 17-year-old dudes are always horny, but it's like, the first thing they think upon meeting a girl is not trying to fuck them. You may picture what they may look like naked, but you don't give that much indication, and you're not that fucking douchey about it. Like, this guy, I don't like my character. I'm done playing this game. No, I'm done. I don't want to play it. Oh, Instagram. I don't know why. I shouldn't trust her. But strangely, something tells me that she has no bad intentions. The girl is surrounded by a calm aura. You just said she made you nervous. Alright. Alright. It may be bad writing, but I don't know if it's a translation error, something like that. But oh god, the writing's not good. Something pure, unlike anything else in the forest. In the end, resigning myself with a sigh, I show her my arm with a bite. Immediately, the girl sets her sight on my wound. "It will only take a moment," she said with complete confidence. Then she looks up into my eyes up. Motherfucker! Dude, learn some fucking English! Or have somebody who knows English, like, write down your shit. God. I don't mean to... I'm uncomfortable! Okay. "Could you close your eyes?" she asks as she blushes slightly. I am surprised to see that embarrassed face she has, even if just a little. I'm all for stories like this. but not in front of you guys. That's no. That's something that saves. Okay, that's a different video I make for my own collection. Then I sigh, feeling something wasn't right, but there is nothing else I could do. I mean, you could punch her in the face and say, "Get the fuck off me! You're a cat," and then run. But okay. I said, doing as she asked. I hope this story doesn't turn to censorship. I didn't know what to expect. I do. For a moment, I thought she would get naked or something like that. Oh my god. Where is this story going? But what kind of magic can work only when you have no clue? Oh, Jesus, this is awful. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make fun of you. But it's like, as a writer, I'm like, oh, it's cringy sometimes. I don't know, but my mind sure wanted to imagine that. Come on, Axel, keep your composure and lift your cock. Suddenly I feel something warm and wet touch my wound. Oh, she's resting her cat vagina on my wound. Oh no, it has healing properties. Immediately I shudder. Wait, what are you doing? It's a stupid question because I knew well what she was doing. She was licking my wound. I get it, she's a cat person, but it's... what the fuck? I'm uncomfortable! I need an adult! You idiot! Who said you could watch? Was quick to respond the cat. With her cheeks red in embarrassment and her lips still close to my wound, she looked adorably troubled. This is rapey! Don't you see that I'm just trying to heal you? Of course she has healing properties. Why not? Everything has healing properties if it's supernatural. She then added in a bad mood. Sorry, I said, blushing. I thought you'd do something more extraordinary. Like what? Get naked? Use her butthole to suction the blood out of you? Now I'm not sure. Is she a girl who can transform into a cat, or a cat that can become a girl? You tricked me with your words. Sorry to disappoint you, not being extraordinary enough, murmured the girl at the same time she gives me an annoyed look, red eyes shining with disgust. It is then that I realize that the pain has disappeared. With curiosity, I look where the wound was, only to discover that now there is no trace of it. Okay, why the hell would she bite him to get free from his grasp just to heal his wound? She could have, as the cat, she could just have easily had wormed her way out of his grasp, because cats, you ever try to hold a cat? If it wants to get off you, it's going to get off. She could have worked her way out of his arms, turned into a girl, and then be like, yo, what's up? Instead of, bite. Oh no, escape. Ooh, I'm a girl. Lick, lick, lick. Oh, I'm embarrassed now. Like, you could have, why? There was no point to all of that. Like, if she was going to bite him, she would not have bitten him just to get to the point to turn to a person where she could then heal his wound. That just doesn't make sense. I know, like, it doesn't make sense. I know, it's stupid. For a couple of seconds, I stay silent, incredulous. It seems that your treatment worked, I finally said, grateful, still looking at the spot. But of course, I have experience healing myself, answered the girl, closing her eyes and inflating her chest to show pride. I actually appreciate what she did, but I still wonder if she really had to lick it to cure me. I understand, but who are you? The girl makes a small snort with curiosity after hearing my question. This girl's a fucking... Is she a pig too? Is she a cat pig girl? That's disgusting. It's horrifying. She then tilts her head and closes her eyes, making a thoughtful face. It seems I have not presented myself. She opens her eyes and gazes into mine. My name is Ashley. No, your name is Zontan. I'm going with that. So that's her name. I expected something more extravagant. Yeah, so did I. Ashley is like the most bland fucking name next to Emily. God damn it, Ashley. My name is Axel. By the way, have you ever been accused of witchcraft? Before I knew it, I asked that question. You know, because that makes sense. You know, oh, right after introductions. Hi, my name's Ashley. I'm a cat. Hi, my name's Axel. Have you ever been accused of witchcraft? I just got done playing Murder Soul Suspect, and I thought you kind of looked like the main antagonist. I guess it was rather rude for me, completely lacking in manners, only thinking of titties and ass. But I must not forget for even a second that I am in this cursed forest. Zontan suddenly becomes silent. At plain sight, it was obvious she didn't take it well. She takes her time before responding. Yes, but that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Motherfucker! Stop it! It's like Ex Libris edited your fucking work. By the way, fuck Ex Libris. Then she closed her eyes and exhaled, emptying her lungs. She seemed to be recalling something painful. Just seeing her made me feel guilty. I'm sorry. It was not my intention to make you remember it. It was, completely. I said, slightly remorseful. No doubt to be accused of witchcraft must have been a horrible experience. Zontan closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. It's okay. It's not like I could blame your curiosity, seeing where we are. She then looks at me closely with curious eyes. By the way, how did you know about me? Perhaps you are a sorcerer who has lived during these past centuries? She asked, narrowing her eyes as if she was trying to see the inside of my mind. What kind of question is that? No, nothing like that, I answered at the moment. I'm just an ordinary person. I omitted boring, but she didn't need to know that. It's just that there are stories about witches in this forest. But as you can see, the story is not very convincing, or else I wouldn't be here, I explained, trying to remove any doubt that Zontan may have. Again, she closes her eyes and nods. I understand. She pauses and looks me in the eyes. It's because of those stupid myths that stupid humans come to this forest just like you. She then said, looking at me with rejection. Wait, what are you trying to say? We are to blame? I replied, feeling offended. We are to blame? No. Wikipedia is. Zontan suddenly looks at me disgusted. Are you an idiot? Yes, if you hadn't come, my existence would be nice and peaceful, instead of this chaos that it is every year, she said, ending with a sigh of frustration. But you are the one who causes all of this. Oh, sorry. But you are the one that causes all of this! I was quick to respond. Axel, Zontan, they both look alike in the dialogue box. I don't even bother to hide my anger. I can't believe what she says. How arrogant can she be? Apparently pretty arrogant, because that's your only descriptive feature of her, is arrogant. Zontan opens her eyes, wide surprised. There's no fucking punctuation there. Zontan opens her eyes wide, comma, surprised. Then she looks at me with annoyance in her red eyes. Fuck! Do you not understand, stupid human? Definitely, I don't like this girl. I'm only trying to protect you. Her words take me by surprise. Huh? I exclaimed incredulously. You attacked me and attacked my friends only to protect us? Oh, what? The double negative, which actually turns out to be a positive thing? Oh, what a cliche story. Yes. She simply replied. At the same time, she nods, filled with pride and confidence. Okay, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I cannot believe how arrogant and self-centered this girl is. After everything she did to me and my friends, I can't stand her any longer. Wait. I had only taken a few steps when I heard her calling me. She sounds really worried. You don't understand the real danger you're in here. I stop in my tracks as soon as I hear her. Real danger? I whispered, feeling some doubts. Suddenly I shiver. It doesn't look like she's lying. Yes, I try to chase them away using illusions. Other times I hit them with my powers, which are unexplained. And as a last resort, I scare them directly, as it was in your case. Zontan confessed, blushing a little as if she felt embarrassed of remembering. And why do you do that? I ask, confused. Something isn't right here. Zontan stares at me with her red eyes. If they continue with their curiosity, they will meet an evil entity that will take their lives. What you say doesn't sound very convincing. I immediately interrupted. The only evil entity here is you. Yeah, because she hasn't killed you yet, so clearly she must be pure fucking evil. Zontan shakes her head in denial. You are wrong. I am the good one. Then she said, looking into my eyes with a pure innocence in hers. Ha! Ha ha! I could only laugh at that comment. It had to be a joke. After doing all that, you say you're good? Don't laugh. I'm only trying to protect you, replied Zontan, furious, while waving her arms. She then crosses her arms and gives me an unpleased look. Do you expect me to believe that? I replied sarcastically. My God, this conversation's going on forever. They're just going in circles. What she said made no sense, but somehow she seemed oddly convinced it was the truth. She was surely a bit wrong in the head. But it's true. You have to believe me. This time she sounds really worried about me. I actually feel a little sorry for her. Oh my God! Pick a fucking emotion, dude! You're fucking bipolar! Zontan then stays silent, looking at me with puppy eyes. However, she soon recovers her proud attitude. If you want, hold my hand. I won't harm you, she suddenly says. I look carefully at her. She has a very arrogant face, as if it was a great honor to be able to touch her. You won't do anything strange? I asked, distrustful, but after seeing her again, I do not think she was lying. Zontan nods, full of confidence. I promise you. I stare at her for a few seconds, making sure there isn't a trap. Oh, there are no quotations and nothing indicating that I'm talking. But I guess I will talk. Okay, but why do you want me to hold your hand, bitch? I ask at the same time I extend my hand. Zontan opens her eyes, surprised, after hearing my question. Then she stares at me with annoyance. Again. Are you stupid? Obviously to guide you out of the forest, she said, just as she takes my hand in one quick move. I then find myself being dragged by this strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes. That was oddly poetically spoken. I said, looking back for a second. I felt really curious about who she was. You're only now becoming curious? Oh, this guy pisses me off. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. Oh, it's a siren. Oh, it is. It is a siren. I looked away and thought, oh, that's a siren. Then I looked back and I saw the word siren. I'm like, whoa! Think of it as a siren. Oh, so it's not actually a siren. It's kind of like a siren. So, it's a succubus? Zontan explained in bad mood. In a bad mood! It's in a bad mood, you illiterate shit! With her eyes always looking to the front. I can't fucking read this shit anymore. It seems she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. I'm gonna guess it's her sister or somebody, or like her mother or something. Wouldn't you be the one who collects the souls of fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. Yeah, you fucking do. If only I were more The train of thought this guy has is like tits, popularity, girls. This dude is fucking everywhere. Like, he relates things in the weirdest ways. Like, I get it. If he was more popular, I spit. If he was more popular, he would have more experience talking to people. But that just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh man, I wish I was better talking to this person. If only I was more popular. Zontan stops suddenly. She then turns at me, showing me a furious face. Again now, she's angry, then annoyed, then happy, then angry, then annoyed, then happy. You idiot, I already said that I'm the good one. For a moment, I thought she was going to hit me on the head. But fortunately, she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay. I meekly responded as if I were a scolded child. But if you eat me, I will make sure to give you the worst indigestion of your life. I bet you if I ate chicken noodle soup and then shit it on the floor, I could write something better with that shit than this. This dialogue is awful. I hate to be a prick, but like, people, you need harsh criticism. You need to, like, it started out decent, and that's just, you idiot, I don't eat humans, replied Zontan, ending with an arrogant snort. 3:11 a.m. We're playing Trick and Treat Part 4! And I don't remember what happened last time, because I didn't review. Let's just narrate, and my voice is already a little bit trash. Give you guys a heads up on that, because my voice has been fucked by singing for the past, like, hour. I did some corn, and everyone's like, ugh, we've heard so much corn, but it's like, guess what? I record what I can record, you know? I'm not gonna go fucking record something I can't sing. Alright, not the topic of this video. Hold on. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Several minutes had passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. Okay, with Zontan. Wait a minute, now they're walking hand in hand? Oh, that's right, she's like, come with me, I'm going to show you. Okay, I got it, I'm back in, I got it. We're here. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all. But the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. And that in titties. I hadn't noticed before how comfortable her hand is. Soft and pleasant to the touch, except for the claws. I blush just thinking about it. Even if she is a witch, she's a girl too. Right? Then I sigh. Come on, Axel. Composure. Stuff that cock right back in my pants. Damn these skinny jeans. With every step, the curse of the forest seemed to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute until finally I was able to forget about the unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness had returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell also had disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in common and ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out. So let's keep moving. What are you trying to encourage yourself? Like, just a little bit more. We're almost there. I can fucking see the finish line, but there's a hurdle in my way. Oh god, there's a hurdle. Oh, boobies. Then I set my sight on the back of Zontan, watching her walk in silence. Wait, why? If you guys are holding hands, shouldn't you be like side by side? Was she like way the fuck up there? I guess she's leading you. She's still partially like adjacent to you. She's not like, I'm coming. He wishes he was doing that, but it's like, all right, whatever. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're a witch from the legend, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not knowing twice before it. What? Oh, I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. Okay, I said knowing. Why did I say knowing? I was really intrigued by that. Zontan stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. That's not angry, that's just like, oh, Axel. Idiot! Do you really think all witches are evil? Wait, that's not her voice. She was right. The general image of witches is not good, but it's not as if stereotypes were truthful, racist. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Could have fooled me. Zontan lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly, she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in a time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel I can trust she is good. What the fuck? I was born oppressive! Oh, so you're a good guy. Fuck, what the fuck? You're born oppressive, like 90% of people become bad guys. The logic doesn't make... I'm done trying to justify the logic in this game, because there's no fucking logic. But there's still one more question. How deep are you? And how did you end up becoming a cat? Zontan immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable. Almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance. Oh god, here we go. So I decided to transfer my soul to it. You know, like, instead of transferring your soul to the public execution people watching you get your head chopped off. Nope. I'm gonna give it to a fucking cat. What if she missed? Well, she's like, I'm gonna become the... Oh shit, I'm a beetle. Oh no, I'm a beetle. Somebody help. Oh Christ. Oh, and then she's dead. That doesn't... As she talks, she is blushing shyly. I see. I think it's a fair deal. What is this, fucking Pawn Stars? I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is that I found it a little funny. It turns out that she is both a girl and a cat. You already knew that. That answers some questions. You already fucking knew that! What did that answer besides how it happened? Like, you already knew she... fucking whatever. I don't care. Zontan closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Apparently it happens like every fucking 6 minutes. She's very cute or humble or something. Like, all the time. Not saying more, Zontan continues walking to the exit. The clearly defined archway that is the exit. It's like, I'm sorry, like, I can't... I'm here criticizing because it's like, as a writer, I'm like thinking of all the ways you could have expanded this and made it make more sense. Without the visuals... the visuals, I'd be like, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have continued past reading, like, the first episode. I would not have continued if I wasn't doing a series. Because it's like, I gotta be harsh with you because you need to expand. I know it's a visual novel, but you gotta put some damn effort into it. You have to describe stuff. You have to add some depth. You have to stop reusing the same words. You gotta stop having their emotions switch every 2 seconds. That's not how human beings work, and that's definitely not how cat witch human beings work. It's just lazy, is all it is. It's lazy, and it's frustrating me because I'm like, I wish I could make this again for them. 3:15 a.m. Well, here we are, Zontan said just a few minutes after we talked. She isn't lying. I could see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here, your friends. How did they get out? Did they get ejected? Like, did he get taken? They're just like, no, you guys stay over there. I'm just going to take him so I can bite him and then turn into a person and bring him out. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight. Zontan said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely, she does not let go of my hand. Oh, of course. Ugh! Why do we have to have a forced romance? She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects on them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. What is it? I asked, full of curiosity. Oh, wait. What is it? Can you tell I'm curious? I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me to escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. End this legend, she then murmured with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. I want you to help me to keep people away. I hate that sentence. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with a human danger. A human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers as thieves or ferocious animals? On second thought, there is logic in what you asked. If you remove the element of magic and only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Zontan nods and then looks into my eyes, blushing. I swear to Christ, if they fucking kiss, I'm done with this game. Yes, exactly. She said, please. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me. Oh, I hit my throat a little bit. I responded with determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. She then closes her eyes momentarily and inflates her chest with pride. This is all pride. We got more pride in here. Who's got pride? I do. I got like 6 prides in me. Oh God, my chest. Oh, so much pride. I'm clicking shit without meaning to. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're in front of you. Did you ever say that? I honestly don't remember. I complained angrily. This girl simply will never change. She will never change. After seeing my reaction, Zontan cannot help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. That made me blush. Zontan looked unexpectedly adorable at the moment. No shit, no! Shut up! Shut up! I'm not reading any more of this bipolar changing shit. Or any of this repetitive sentences. My heart was nervously beating as if I was with a normal girl. Racist. Ugh. Fuck me. Here we go. Suddenly she stares at me and gets so close her face is less than an inch from mine. Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. But this time I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. This is farewell, she suddenly said. Motherfucker! No! Damn it, you stupid piece of shit with this forced romance bullshit. I don't need it. You know what? Thank God I have this on hand. You know what this is for? This game. This is for big mistakes. This game and these videos are a big mistake. And you know what? I need a bigger eraser for this shit. There was absolutely zero reason for that. It's so dumb. I hate it. It's like, it's so engaging. It's so romantic. It was bullshit. That's like me going up to somebody in school and be like, yo, where's English class? I don't know where the fuck the classroom is. Oh, it's E112. Follow me. This girl takes it down. I'm like, that was sweet. Thanks, babe. Oh, we're suddenly in love. Oh, also, you're a cat. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Fucking hate you, Vlad. I hate you, Vlad. Everything becomes white at that moment because you just came everywhere. You fucking spurt and cum all over the place. Everything loses its color. Everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. Oh boy, we're fucking fancy now. We're flying through the night. Morning. Hatred. I'm outside of the forest. I have no idea of how I made it here, but this is no illusion. I am bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel? Axel! Why do you have an upside down exclamation point? I never understood that. Suddenly I hear someone calling my name, but it's not any strange voice. It's the voices of my friends who are looking for me. Hey! Over here! Help! I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently ran towards me. Where were you? The wordy was killing us, Steven said with a face I don't remember having ever seen. What? Oh, so like a worried face, I guess? Not his face is completely different. Like, Steven runs up, he's like, he's got like a black face. He's like, what the fuck? You're not Steven. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit, but I got pussy. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupt him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. It lasted like 7 seasons. The important thing is that we were all safe. They could have been stabbed. You don't know yet. You just met each other. It was like, yeah, safe. My leg's off. Yeah. You're right. Hey, wait. Hey, don't you feel we've been forgetting something? Alfred murmured at the same time he lowers his sight, pensive. I keep almost like replacing their names, forgetting that Ashley's the only name I replaced his own top, but I see Alfred, I'm like, okay, no, it is Alfred. They're all the same names. Suddenly, a blurry image appears in my mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakes a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far for a test of courage, I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agree with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there, as it happened to me. And plus, I don't want them sleeping with my new girlfriend. It was a miracle that I came out alive with that beast lurking around. Before knowing it, my lips move. Why did I say that? I have no idea, answering my own question, but something inside inspired me to do so. No, you're an idiot, that's why. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is that it has red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to... Wait! To whom had I made that promise? I think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end, I can't remember a thing. No matter! All I know is that I got out, and I'll never come back here again. God, can I... And? I was just about to ask if I could be done. Oh, thank God, I'm done. Okay. That was Trick and Treat, you guys. It started off in part 1. The first 20 minutes was not the worst thing ever. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. And then it got a hell of a lot worse. It was incredibly repetitive. Characters were... I mean, there were no characters. They were just names. There was, like, no personality to them. There was, like, a paper-thin personality to the characters. And the only interesting character was Ashley, who didn't really have a whole lot going on. Nothing cool, nothing special, nothing unique. And, I mean, you never saw the beast. Now, there are multiple endings, and I know that. I know, I'm sure if you choose to kill her or something, then you're probably going to meet the beast. But it was definitely frustrating to get through with how much they repeated words, how quickly and for no real reason characters seem to change emotions and develop a completely bullshit relationship ideals. I know she like saved him, but like that's not enough to establish a relationship like that, you know? And plus she's a cat. It's just like it didn't make sense. I could have bought it if they had built it more. If it was longer, then yeah, they could have built it more. If it was more episodic and there was more shit going on, then I could see how they could eventually build that. But they didn't. It was just like, oh, you helped me out. You're okay. You're bipolar. You're fucking left and right, snapping between emotions. And now you kissed me. I think the kiss was probably like, he kissed him to like knock him out and use like a spell and like get him out of there, wipe his memory a little bit. But even still, with that being said, it was just dumb, I thought. And I don't mean any real offense to the makers of Trick and Treat. It's a free game on Steam, and I can see what story they were going for. I just think it could have been executed better if it was, again, I said before, if it was maybe translation or something, or just poor English or just poor grammar. Needed to be, there was words missing, there was a lot of grammatical mistakes and a lot of stuff like that. And yes, it's free, so I can overlook those and I can forgive those. I'm not gonna sit here and take off points because of that stuff, because it was a free game. If I had paid money for it, I would be much more pissed. But yeah, I think I see extras. Is that extras right there? Let me see something real quick. Oh, soundtrack. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Soundtrack. Endings. So I unlocked the oh, that's a lot of different endings actually. Holy crap. So that's interesting. I'm not gonna play through them all because fuck that, especially not live or in video for you guys. Looks like I got most of the soundtrack. I wonder if I could actually download those, because some of those weren't that bad. Let's see some credits here. Let's see who made it, and encourage them. Hey, got an achievement. Cool, for looking at the credits. Alberto Herrera. Hello, people. How are you doing? Yes, I salute you this way because I hope some of you remember us and remember what was my contribution in the creation of the visual novel. Well, here there is other project that started as an experiment. Okay, so it definitely was somebody foreign by the name and the writing, so I can also forgive that. But even still, I just think the story, if anything, I wanted more from the story. I wanted it to be longer and to be more drawn out. It was too quick. It was too just trying to get you from point A to point B, and it just didn't, there wasn't enough time for anything to develop. To be honest, it became more than what I expected, and I'm confident the story can still give more, but that will depend on how the public feels about it. And well, what can I tell you? We keep working and hope to bring you more stories. And well, I hope to be read by you again. See you later. Zeal, Grey Words, however you want to say it. Oh, so it's another guy. Hello, everyone. Well, before anything, I hope you enjoyed playing Trick and Treat. In this case, the original idea was STWs. He also wrote the first concept for the game. I only helped to flesh it out, adding details. The story's beginning very simple. We didn't do a very good job adding details. No offense, but they needed more. So we're gonna go through this. If you guys want to download it, like I said, it's free. Check out the credits and all that. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking through with me. Thanks, guys. Leave a like. See you next one. Later.